get ready to thrive loud with Lou Diamond.
Hey, Thrive Loud listeners, Lou Diamond here. This is an interesting minisode we've decided to feature. My good friend Jess Pettitt and I spoke way back, sometime in 2018. And I was looking at people we've had minisodes for and recognized we never had one for Jess, who's one of the more brilliant, fun, funny, and pretty sharp individuals you will ever come across. Enjoy this quick episode of her outtake is why she is called the White Guy Whisperer. How are you the White Guy Whisperer, and what is that about?
That is a perfect example, actually. So I'm originally from Texas. Okay. I grew up with hunters. My father and my uncle were professional athletes, which my uncle was actually a professional football player, and in Texas, football is its own religion. And
yes, it is. Yeah.
I am pretty super liberal and very, very familiar with the kind of, I don't want to call it a potbelly. Let's just say that it's stressful for a belt white guy who is mandated to go to a diversity training and has been talked over or blamed for everything wrong in the entire universe, and how that's really annoying and isolating and feels bad. And I am an equal opportunist, right? So everyone got us here, and it's going to take everybody to get us out. And so very often, specifically like 40 to 60-year-old white men will come up to me afterwards, and the room is empty, so no one witnesses it. And they'll tell me that they actually felt welcomed to a conversation for the very first time, and that, you know, they have not just that they have families or grandkids or something, but they also like are a neighbor or a person in the grocery store, and to feel part of the community and to feel part of the solution is a very new experience for a lot of these white men. And to get it from someone who's packaged like me tends to be pretty shocking. And then they're kind of a fan. And it's not 100% of the time, but it's certainly a lot of the time.
I'll tell you this, and for the listeners, and we'll have show links to this after this episode to Jess's website and to Good Enough Now, which we'll talk about in 1 second. The first thing you'll do is you'll look at the video and you'll see certain components of you, as you said, from shorter hair, tattoos, all those things that would get people to have a certain assumption about someone right away. And the minute you start talking, it's inviting and opening to make you think a little bit differently. And I think, by the way, the world needs more people like that. So thank you in advance, by the way, or in the past, for everything that you've done and are continuing to do, because it's a really powerful way to help connect people. And I like this way that you've styled it, if you would. So really, kudos. That's me clapping over here on this end.
And I think it's also important to mention that the stand-up background has also been really helpful, right? So, like, if it could go wrong, I've probably experienced it, and so I'm pretty unflappable. So, like, I remember not the most recent presidential election, but one in the past. It's funny because guns came up again already. But two guys showed up to one of my keynotes brandishing weapons, and both handguns. And I think if you show up to a keynote with a weapon, like you're either an armed professional or you have some kind of issue that you're trying to like transpose onto me, except I'm unflappable. Anyway, so brandishing a gun is illegal, P.S. Having a gun is not illegal everywhere, but having one on your person varies. But brandishing it is like waving it around, putting it on the tabletop in front of you, pointed at me. That is actually not legal. So anyway, so they were trying really hard.
Let alone could be a little scary.
Could be, yeah. So I did notice that some of the other attendees were a little nervous about it, so I just needed to address it. And so I just said, like, hey guys, you know, nice job. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you're not allowed to brandish your weapon. So I imagine sitting in these chairs with it on your belt might be uncomfortable. So if you need to, you can go put it in your car. But if you're putting it on the table to be intimidating, just so you know, the safety's on, so it's not really working.
Nice.
And like, just to be able to do that, like, names it in the room. The people who were uncomfortable got more comfortable. they realize they're not going to get a rise out of me, and they're welcome to stay. And they ended up leaving.
Right.
So I did not whisper them.
It seems like it's part of your brand, and I think that's a great way. By the way, calling the 800-pound gorilla out right in the beginning is always a good tactic anywhere.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, and why are you showing up to a keynote with a gun?
Yeah, I know exactly. which I was going to say is like, you think they're going to take out the keynote instead of throw tomatoes? I don't know. You never know.
Right.
I haven't had that yet.
That's what an evaluation form is for.
I haven't had a situation where I've been speaking in front of a large group of people and weapons have been thrown at me. I think they've wanted to, but no one seemed to have come through with it yet. So the year's still young, Jess. So we'll see what happens. Good.
Could also be a difference between a man and a woman.
Very possibly. Very true.
You've been listening to Thrive Loud with your host, Lou Diamond. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes, Overcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Thrive Loud. Or find us on the web at thriveloud.com.